Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and obscene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I flow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. I'll short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? Yeah, that's right, baby. Yeah. I'm your host, Don Mega, and I welcome you to the show. We are broadcasting live here from the Red Dragons Radio Studios here in Tucson, Arizona on our quarantine lockdown. It is Monday, April the 20th. So, for some of y'all out there, happy 420. Just another day for me. So, but it is season 20. It's episode 15, and tonight's show is titled McWhat? And once again, I just love to welcome you guys to the show. This is a show that you can come back to each and every week and know you're going to get that brand new hotness, right? You're going to get caught up with all the latest and greatest when it comes to the world of entertainment news. We're not doing any reruns here. We're coming live at you every single Monday because that's how we roll. I hope everybody's doing great out there as we continue our journey through this quarantine world, through the world of the coronavirus, COVID-19. I hope everybody out there is staying safe and healthy. Keep washing those hands. Don't touch your face. All right? So, hey, before we get into the show, I do want to do a little bit of a shout out. Because we did something pretty cool last week, and it's time for me to talk about it. I've been hinting that we were going to do a little special Am I Still on the Air here soon, and we finally got the guys together, and along with Friggins and Peeps, and even our boy Geeky Pat managed to get out the dungeon and join us on a very, very special Am I Still on the Air spin-off episode last week. The episode is titled Catching Up. Now, we really, as a group, just wanted to get together, and we wanted to do an Am I Still on the Air that really, we didn't even know what we wanted to talk about. We just know we wanted to get together, we wanted to have a fun conversation, and we wanted just something else out there for you guys to just get your minds off the state of the world. And that's what we did. But the cool thing about this Am I Still on the Air is it was the first time ever that we did a video edition. That's right. So we actually recorded live last Wednesday for a video episode of Am I Still on the Air. And it was a lot of fun. So, and if you watch the video, you'll know we're having a lot of fun. Just shooting the shit, really. There's not a very specific topic that we get into. We're all over the board on this episode, talking about the history of our podcast, talking about the delay of some movies, talking about comic books, talking about D&D. I mean, we really go all over the place, and it's just a little bit over an hour long, but I had a blast with it, and it was really cool to do it in video form, and I hope that this is something we will continue as we move forward. So it was pretty damn cool. And you can find that on our YouTube page. We have been posting it on social media as well. But if you go to youtube.com/amiontheair, you should see it right there at the top. It's our latest and greatest episode. So I titled it Catching Up because that's really what it was, man. We haven't seen each other, obviously, in over a month or two. and it was just catching up with everybody, seeing what everybody was doing, and just having fun, man. And that's what it really is all about. For those of you that didn't see the video edition, don't worry. I know a lot of you out there love things in just audio format, right? Straight old school podcast style. So I wanted to make sure that you guys were covered as well. So I took the audio from the video and I did upload it to our podcast feed. So the episode is there that you can listen to in audio form, or you can watch the video form. So the link to the YouTube page of the video is actually on the audio only version on all our social media, on all the podcast sites. The link is right there to be able to click if you want to check out the video one. And I definitely implore you all to check it out and maybe leave a little thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I know we don't do a tremendous amount of stuff on YouTube, but hey, like I said, this could be the future, man. You know, I really am thinking that maybe we'll continue to do the Am I Still in the Airs on video form. I think that'd be something pretty cool to do. So I'm excited for the future of that. And like I said, if you can't see the video version, or you're traveling and you just want to hear the audio one, don't worry. Like I said, we got you covered, and you can listen to it on all our same podcast channels. So definitely check that out. Am I Still in the Air? Catching Up. Okay, so with that little plug out the way, let's get into some reviews. So obviously movie theaters are still closed. So I have one movie that I saw, and this is one of those still in theaters but watch it on VOD kind of movies right now. This probably would have gone straight to VOD anyway, even if the theaters were still open. But it's a movie called We Summon the Darkness. And, you know, I'm a sucker for a cheesy horror movie. And especially when they have an actress like Alexandra Daddario in it. If you've been listening to me for any time, you know that I love Alexandra Daddario. So I try to support pretty much any project that she's in. And I saw this one, and I was like, hey, she's the lead in it, and this is going to be a fun little cheesy horror movie. I'm going to check this out. So I checked it out, and it sucked. I'm sorry, and I hate to say it. I'm sorry, Alexandra. I still love you. But the movie sucked. It was super boring. It was super cliche. I saw everything coming a mile away. It just sucks. Because I read the premise, and I was like, this could be all right. And it just isn't. Just really isn't. Oh, Lord. Let me tell you what this movie's about. Okay, here we go. Three best friends embark on a road trip to a heavy metal show where they bond with three aspiring musicians and head off to one of the girls' country home for an after party. Oh, snap. So, yeah. So, like I said, I strictly watched this for Alexandra Daddario. And it just sucks that she's being forced into things like this because she's an amazing actress. But hey, I'm not going to waste much time on this. Like I said, cheesy horror movie. And even in that vein, I'd still give it 1 star out of 5. Okay, so that's your movie review of the week. But I do have a couple other things that I checked out over the past week that I wanted to share. So, new Netflix time, right? Netflix has a new show called Black AF, right? Or hashtag Black AF. This is from Kenya Barris, who gave us Blackish, Grownish, Mixedish, right? Awesome, big time producer. Lots of his hands in a lot of pots right now. This show is kind of a hyper realistic where he plays himself, but it's not his real family because Rashida Jones plays his wife and they're not married in real life. You know, but his daughter in the show is making a documentary to try to get into film school. So there's a documentary crew following around the family. When I watched the trailer for this thing, I thought it looked amazing. I thought it looked really, really good, really, really funny. I love Blackish. I love Mixedish, you know, and I love a lot of the stuff that this guy does. The trailer was great. I love Rashida Jones. I was like, okay, this looks like a hyper realistic, next level, no restrictions on cussing version of Blackish. So I was down. So I checked out the first 3 or 4 episodes over the weekend that I binged. And the show's just okay. It's just okay. You know, after the first episode, my wife bowed out. She was like, this is stupid. I'm out. So she was out, and I said, I liked the first episode a lot, actually. And I was like, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to see where it goes. And it just kind of went downhill for the episode 2 and 3, and just not really funny. And it's unfortunate. I think Rashida Jones is great in it. The kids are really great in it. It just, I don't know, man. It's just not vibing for me, and I'm just not getting into it the way that I had hoped to. So I'll continue it and I'll finish it. But how fast will I do that? I don't know. So that's my quick take on Black AF. Another thing on Netflix that hit this past weekend, if you love stand-up specials, Chris D'Elia has his new special, No Pain, and that is on Netflix right now. Check that out over the weekend, and it was hilarious. I love Chris, one of the funniest comedians going today, and I laughed my ass off at this stand-up. So I highly recommend No Pain from Chris D'Elia. So check that out. Another big thing I was binging over the weekend, and I know I'm a couple months late on this one because I think this documentary came out in February, but it's the McMillions documentary that was on HBO about the fraud Monopoly game that McDonald's did, and how it was basically ran by these gangsters, and it was all fraudulent. None of the winners were real, and I mean, it is a phenomenal story. I did not know what went down in this true life story. I did not know that really for the first several years of this game, none of the winners were legit. This was all a scam. Not on McDonald's side, but from these gangsters just going around and recruiting normal everyday people, saying, hey, we'll split the money with you, but then there was a lot more behind it. A fascinating documentary, and if you love documentaries and you're looking for something to kind of binge, check out McMillions. It's 6 episodes long. It's on HBO. And I believe you can even stream it for free on Hulu right now, as they're doing kind of a free special on some of the premium stuff. So, yeah, check that out. And that's why tonight's show is titled McWhat? Because that's what I was saying in a lot of those episodes. And the last thing I want to review real quick is I've been talking a lot about Quibi, right? So, as you know, I'm a big wrestling fan, and the WWE launched their Quibi show, which is called Fight Like a Girl. I've already watched like the first 7 episodes or so of it, and my daughter really, really digs it, so I've been watching it with her. This is a show that actually works so perfectly for that 7-minute flow that Quibi loves to do, right? Quick bites. And it just works. It works really, really well. The concept of the show is basically, Stephanie McMahon has picked 10 girls that need help, and she matches them up with one of the women wrestlers in the WWE. They work with them for several weeks, and then they get this big reveal at the end of the episode, basically trying to gain confidence and stuff like that. So it's a real uplifting, it's a positive show, and it's a great show for a quick bite. It really, really is. So if you're a wrestling fan, definitely check out Fight Like a Girl on Quibi. So there you go, kind of just running down some things like We Summon the Darkness, Black AF, McMillions, Fight Like a Girl, and Chris D'Elia's No Pain. So a handful of things for you guys to check out going into this week. Okay, let's switch gears and let's get on over to the news of the week, because once again, it hasn't been all that much. Hasn't been all that much. News is starting to really dwindle over the days. So, but we'll get you caught up with what did happen. So, ABC has finally set a May premiere date for the final season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. finally, this show was supposed to come back in June, and they did bump it up a little bit earlier, so that's awesome. The series will debut its 7th and final season on Wednesday, May 27th over on ABC. So very, very happy to see Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. come back, and I hope they have a really good final season, because I do love that show. Sony has tapped Bloodshot director David Wilson for Influx, which is based on the novel by Daniel Suarez. So they'll be adapting that into a movie. The new Peacock streaming service is optimistic about debuting Saved by the Bell and Punky Brewster later this year. Even though production has shut down due to the coronavirus, they're still pretty optimistic that they'll be able to finish these things before the end of the year and get them out. So I like it. Paramount has adjusted some more release dates, because why not, right? Everything needs to continue to shift in the world of movies. So Paramount has once again adjusted the release date for the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. It will now debut on August 7th, 2020, which it was previously set for July 31st. So why even bother moving it back 7 days is beyond me. Additionally, Mark Wahlberg's new action movie, Infinite, which was supposed to come out August 7th, which is now what SpongeBob comes out with, will now be released all the way next year, once again, Memorial Day weekend, 2021. Disney will also be releasing the Bob's Burgers, the movie, on April 9th, 2021. So, I'm just like, calm the fuck on, man. A movie that was supposed to come out in August, now we have to wait all the way till May to get it. So, once again, just that weird kind of long-term shifting that I just don't get. The AMC network is set to air the first season of Shudder's hit Creepshow revival, so that's awesome. I was actually very interested in checking out Creepshow, but I don't have Shudder, and I wasn't going to sign up for it, so if AMC is going to show it, I will definitely check that out. Rashida Jones is going to be teaming with Robot Chicken producers for a new Quibi comedy. Okay, I like it. Jeff Chan is set to direct a New Line Cinema rom-com movie called Singles Day. We have the USA Network has released a brand new Dirty John, the Betty Broderick story teaser trailer to set up that second season, which will be debuting soon on the USA Network. Brian Cox, Clay's Bang have joined the new Remote Whodunit pilot. That's right. A film from home whodunit pilot titled The Agoraphobics Detective. So, hey, they're really trying to utilize this from home time, right? We have an interesting article up with director Joseph Kosinski talking about his long-delayed Tron Legacy sequel, so check that out if you would like to know more. Sony's going to be offering 2 free PS4 games for their new Play at Home initiative. Sam Raimi has officially confirmed finally that he is working on the Doctor Strange sequel. That's right. We've been hearing the rumors for a while that he took over as director after Scott Derrickson dropped out, and it looks like it is finally officially confirmed, at least from Raimi, that yes, he is working on that. Rosario Dawson says that her potential casting as Ahsoka Tano remains unconfirmed. At this point, she says she hopes it goes through, but at this point it is not confirmed 100%. So we will kind of cross our fingers and wait and see on that one. Empire is officially supposed to end this month, but they may actually get a proper series finale despite production shutdown, as the executive producers are hopeful that this isn't the end. So we may or we may not get that official end to Empire. American Idol is going to move forward with their live episodes. That's right, the top 20 will perform remotely later this month, so good on them to make do with it. Pressure Luck, Match Game, and a bunch of other ABC fun and games get their return dates coming back this summer for their new seasons. Sad about this one, God Friended Me has been canceled over on CBS. A 2-hour series finale is set for April 26th, so that's right, so this upcoming Sunday, 2 episodes will air back to back, and that will wrap up season 2 and the end of God Friended Me. I really like this show, so I am a little bummed to see it go. I will admit the show got a little repetitive as the episodes went on. It's kind of the same thing each and every time, but there was just something nice about the show that I liked. It was about people helping people, and it was a cool technology kick to it, and I just hope that there's a decent ending for this show, and it's not just like a typical cliffhanger kind of season finale thinking they were coming back and now they're not. So I am going to miss this show. God Friended Me canceled at CBS. Like I said, 2-hour series finale will air this Sunday. If you have Comcast, you might already be getting early access to the Peacock streaming service. That's right. This service does not launch until July, but starting April 15th, they started rolling this thing out to current Xfinity customers. I am actually one of those customers, but I am not. They have not sent me up for Peacock yet. So I'm a little bummed. I was hoping that I'd be one of the first people to get this thing because I want to play around with it. I want to check it out, even though none of the original programming is launching with the early release that Xfinity's getting. Like I said, the official app launches in July, and that's when original programming will start to roll out for the paid subscription. So, but if you have Xfinity, if you have an X1 box, you should, between now and the end of the month, finally get access to Peacock, and it is free, no additional cost on your account. Now, when the official app launches, then there's going to be a choice of different packages with ads, no ads, stuff like that. So there's going to be different tiers. So just check it out. If you have the voice controller, hit the button and just say Peacock and see what happens. If you have it, it'll take you to it. If not, it won't. Okay, let's see here. What else we got? Artemis Fowl is going to be... We told you that Disney Plus is going to release it. It's not going to come out in theaters. So we finally found out they released a new teaser trailer for it, and we have the new official release date for Artemis Fowl on Disney Plus. It will hit the streaming service on June 12th. So not a very long delay. It was going to hit theaters on May 29th. So not bad at all, man. 12 days, and it's already going to be on Disney Plus. So I love it, and I thank you for doing that with a quick release. That's definitely one we'll watch here at home. I'm excited about this news too. The Shining and Justice League Dark are going to get TV series coming from Bad Robot and HBO. That's right, these are going to be coming to HBO Max, and that's going to be awesome, man. I told you HBO Max is setting up to be a really cool streaming service. It launches next month in May, and man, they are just ramping this thing up like crazy. I can't believe we're going to get a Justice League Dark series. We've been hearing rumors for a long time about a movie. Now we're going to get a TV show, which could be even better, and then a show set in the world of The Shining, of the hotel. That's going to be awesome as well. So looking forward to that from J.J. Abrams and his Bad Robot Company. We had some sad news, of course. I hate to talk about passings, but, you know, character actor Brian Dennehy passed away at the age of 81. You know, I'll always remember him from Tommy Boy, man. That was always my big thought when I think of Brian Dennehy. But a big career for this dude, and you know, sad that he passed away at the age of 81. So lived a great life, and our thoughts and prayers are out to his family and friends. Universal and Amazia Entertainment are partnering on a new Green Hornet and Kato movie. That's right, that is in development. Kyle Soller and Stellan Skarsgård have joined the Disney Plus Cassian Andor's Star Wars series. We have the trailer for the new Quibi show Dummy, starring Anna Kendrick. Interesting looking show. I love Anna Kendrick, so I'll definitely check it out just for her. We also have the Perry Mason teaser trailer for the new HBO series. Did not care for this trailer really at all. I won't be watching that. Myst. That's right. Remember that game Myst? They're going to make a TV show out of it. And some writers that did Thor, X-Men First Class, they are penning the TV pilot. Hugh Jackman came out and did an interview, and kind of interesting enough, he was offered a role in Cats, and he turned it down. So good on you, man. You knew what was good and what was litterbox shit. So good on him. He also gives his blessing on the upcoming Wolverine reboots. He says, you know, it's time. Let's bring on the new Wolverine. So I am going to miss you so much on that. Paramount TV is adapting Jeffrey Eugenides' novel into a series, and that novel is Middlesex. Netflix is currently worth more than Disney after their stock hits an all-time high. Congratulations to Netflix. We have the new trailer for the new Netflix series, Never Have I Ever, inspired by Mindy Kaling's childhood. We, going back to Peacock, we have the first teaser trailers for Saved by the Bell and Punky Brewster. So yes, you can check out those, which, like I said earlier, we are optimistic that they will be released in time. But definitely check out the trailers. I thought they were pretty cute. Capone. Yeah, that's right. Tom Hardy is starring in Capone. And this movie has been long in the running, and we have the first trailer for the movie, and then right after the trailer drop, we found out that it is going to go straight to VOD. That's right. So yes, it is just called Capone, and it'll go straight to VOD upon release. They're going to skip the theaters on this one. Directed by Josh Trank from Fantastic Four reboot style. Yeah. So hopefully you had a better time with this one. I watched the trailer for it. It was okay. We'll see where it goes if it's going straight to VOD. Joseph Kosinski says that Top Gun Maverick will be finished on schedule, so no worries there. Movie comes out in December. Parasite is now streaming on Hulu, and it supposedly broke all streaming records on Hulu after just 1 week. So congratulations. I'm still yet to see it. One of these days, I do plan. I added it to my queue. Definitely check out Parasite. But hey, man, good to see how well it's doing. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I forgot this show was coming back because I thought it was over. And then now the new Kimmy versus the Reverend teaser trailer has arrived for the new Choose Your Own Adventure episode of Kimmy Schmidt that is coming to Netflix. So I love this show. It's so quirky and funny. And I can't wait to see a Choose Your Own Adventure that I could watch a couple different times and keep changing the style and the outcome. I think it's going to be pretty damn interesting, so I'm totally down for that. A new Netflix rom-com movie is in the works from Queer Eyes and Tony Porowski. It's called Girls and Boys. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. final season will feature an Agent Carter crossover, so that's pretty cool. Mark Ruffalo talks Hulk's future and says that he would love to lead a standalone movie. Once again, it's kind of the news we've been hearing, which is that he's in negotiations to star in the She-Hulk show on Disney+, but that's about as far as it's gotten right now. Michael Shannon says that his new upcoming Alienation remake could mutate into something else entirely. That's right, Jeff Nichols is the director. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about this too, that it started off as an Alienation remake, but that it could turn into like a different kind of movie. We'll have to wait and see. I do know this. I remember Alienation from when I was a kid, and I thought it was super cool, man. Aliens come into this world and living in society with us, and kind of how that movie Bright was on Netflix, right? The normal cop, the human cop with the alien partner, and how people didn't like that, and just really cool movie for its time. Check out Alienation if you've never seen that. U.S. theaters hopeful they'll reopen in late July. So that is the rumor right now, is by July they might reopen. I think we should be fine by July. That's my guess. I think they could even start opening in June if it was up to me, but it does sound like most of them are going to hold off until July. Let's see here. The Shining show that's coming to HBO Max is going to be called Overlook. And so just wanted to talk about that title. Chicago Fire, Annie Laza is not going to be returning as Emily Foster for season 9. We have the teaser trailer for season 3 of AP Bio, which is coming to the Peacock Network as well. So I'm glad. I like AP Bio. This was a show that was on NBC and it got canceled, and then Peacock swooped up and said, hey, we'll put it on our new streaming service. So glad to see it get a second life. Psych 2, the movie. Psych 2, Sean and Gus return home in the movie sequel teaser trailer, which is also coming to Peacock. Kristen Davis is set to host a new baby-themed dating show called Labor of Love over on Fox. Okay. The Lodge, that horror movie, is getting a Blu-ray and digital release in May. We have everything coming and going to Disney Plus in May 2020. A female-led version of The Chamber, of the Star Chamber, I should say, gets a series order over at Amazon Studios. Freeform is officially canceled Party of 5 reboot after just 1 season. This was big news, man. We were waiting to see if it was going to happen, and it did finally happen. Comic-Con canceled for the first time in 51 years. No Comic-Con this summer. Comic-Con wasn't even going to happen to the end of July. Once again, I think everything would be fine by then, but I guess, they're just trying to play it safe, and I can't fault them for doing that. But no Comic-Con, man. I think it just, even if things are better by then, I think it's just too many people in one spot, and they just want to be on the safe side. So I get it, and Comic-Con will return next summer in its normal time and place. We got everything new to Hulu in 2020. Check out all the movies and shows coming. Sex Education Season 3 production has been delayed. Reed Morano is in talks to direct Jennifer Lopez's The Godmother. That's right. So that should be interesting, based on the real-life Colombian drug lord. Lucifer Season 6 is in jeopardy over a potential Tom Ellis contract dispute. Say it isn't so. I love Lucifer. I thought that we had locked in his contract and he was good to go, but supposedly something has happened. That's right, it's in doubt due to a contract dispute involving the leading man of the series, Tom Ellis. We don't know much more outside of that, but it does put Season 6 in jeopardy, so we'll keep you posted on that. I for one, really want to see Lucifer come back. HBO Max has announced that its latest unscripted order is going to be a dog grooming competition, tentatively titled Hot Dog. Can't make this shit up. I'm excited that the new Chris Hemsworth action movie comes out this week. That's right, Extraction hits Netflix on April 24th, produced by the Russo brothers. Looking very forward to that, so we'll definitely talk about that on next week's show. SWAT. I love the show SWAT, and their executive producer talks that they had to rejig the end of season plan. That's right, the season finale is not the original season finale. This is another show that was hit by the coronavirus, got shut down, and they couldn't film their last episode of the season. So the episode before is now going to become the season finale. So I think we have 2 more weeks of new episodes, and then this season will be over. So we're still waiting to see if SWAT's going to get picked up for another season. I sure hope they do, because this is one of my favorite shows on TV right now. I love SWAT. And then the episode that would have been the season finale might even be the season premiere for next season. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Vudu, one of my favorite apps and websites. Vudu is my digital library, right? So all the movies that I buy digitally, I do on Vudu. VUDU. It's an app that's been around for a super long time. Any movie I buy is on there, and I love this app. Walmart actually owns Vudu until today. That's right, it was announced that Fandango is acquiring Vudu from Walmart, and NBC Universal owns Fandango, so they're going to pick it up and merge it. So that'll be interesting. I got an email saying, don't worry, your collection is safe and everything should be all good. And that they're looking forward to the future. So I hope that they continue the good stuff that Vudu does and maybe switch it up with some other cool stuff that maybe Fandango can do well. And I'm looking forward to the future. As long as my movies are safe, I'm good. I don't care really who owns it. Just keep trucking. So there you go there. The long in development Neil Gaiman Sandman show has once again been put on hold. That's right, it was coming to Netflix. They were all ready to start going, and then here we go with the coronavirus, and we're on hold. So Neil Gaiman himself went up and revealed that Netflix's Sandman series has been put on hold. So very, very unfortunate for now. WB shuffling some release dates. That's right, every day they're shuffling. So let's talk about it. What do we got? What's the changes, right? So what we got? We got The Many Saints of Newark, right? Which was supposed to come out September 25th of this year. Will now be pushed back to March 12th of 2021. Reminiscence will be released on April 16th, 21. Then we have The Batman. This is one of the big moves right here. I knew it was coming because they barely started filming. And they still got a lot to do. So The Batman, which was supposed to come out June of next year, has been pushed back to October. So from June 25th, 2021 to October 1st, 2021. The untitled Elvis film has been moved from 10/1/21 to 11/5/21. King Richard moves from 11/25/20 to 11/19/21. That's right, a whole damn year once again. The Flash. Actually, The Flash is moving up a month. So I don't know how that happened, but The Flash, which hasn't even started filming, went from July 1st, 2022 to June 3rd, 2022. So it moves up a month. Shazam 2 moves back from April 1st, 2022 to November 4th, 2022. And then there's also an untitled Warner Brothers event film that's been pushed from June 25th, 21 to April 1st, 2022. So there you go. Some big shifts, especially on the DC side with the Batman, Shazam 2, and the Flash kind of getting shuffled around there. Netflix has officially acquired the Melissa McCarthy-led movie The Starling, so that's coming to Netflix. And speaking of Netflix, we told you a while back that Netflix bought the rights to release the movie The Lovebirds. The Lovebirds was a new comedy that would have already been in theaters, starring Kumail Nanjiani and Issa Rae. I love this trailer. And then the movie got delayed because of coronavirus, of course. And then Netflix swooped in and said, we'll buy the rights and we'll release it. Well, Netflix announced today that the movie will hit the streaming service on May 22nd. So you can see The Lovebirds on May 22nd on Netflix. James Gunn teases the Suicide Squad in Guardians Volume 3. Pretty interesting article with James Gunn. All good news, good stuff that he's working on. So check that out if you're interested. It looks like The Princess Bride is coming to Disney Plus, which is pretty awesome. We have the brand new Artemis Fowl trailer that goes for the Disney Plus release. LeVar Burton is going to be popping up in Picard Season 2, so looking forward to that. Love LaForge, Geordie LaForge, and it's going to be good seeing him pop into that. And that, my friends, is the news. We did it, y'all. Let me check one more thing. I want to make sure that the news was not misread when we were talking about the Flash, because I'm just so baffled that one moved up a month when everything else was shifting backwards. Supposedly Tenet is not moving from it's not budging, so it's supposedly still staying on that July 17th date, which I absolutely love that they're trying to stick to it. Makes me very, very happy. The Flash is moving up from July 1st to June 3rd. Shazam 2 being delayed from April 1st to November 4th. So, okay, just wanted to make sure that was not a mistake. I had 2 articles on that and wanted to cross-check them. Okay, my friends, that is the news of the week. Thank you for joining me on this nice half-hour ride, getting you caught up with all the latest and greatest when it comes to entertainment news. All right, my friends, let's do some shout-outs, some social media plugs, because you got to be able to find us and share us with all your friends and family, right? MIOnTheAir.com is our official webpage. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MIOnTheAir. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter at MIOnTheAir. You can follow me on Twitter directly at DXDonMega. Follow me on Stardust at simply Don Mega, DONMEGA. I will follow you back. Stardust is awesome. Just download the app and check it out. You won't regret it. And of course, we are available on Apple Podcasts. So download, rate, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. I'd really appreciate the time. But if Apple Podcast ain't your thing, don't you worry. You can get us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podchaser, Google Play Podcast. We are all over the interwebs. Of course, we're on YouTube, and you can check out that Am I Still on the Air Catching Up episode, our first ever video edition on our YouTube page. We also have audio-only versions of all the podcasts on our YouTube page as well, if that makes it easier to put in a playlist or something for yourself. Follow us on Instagram at Am I On The Air as well. And a shout out to our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. That's reddragonsradio.com. And check out all the other great podcasts that are streaming on there. So that'll do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. It is so, so appreciated. And once again, please stay happy, healthy, and safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Red Dragons! Red Dragons!